Okay, I would like to call the May 24th, 2023 meeting of the Board of Education to order. Will the secretary to the board please call the roll?
Bollig. Here. Castillo.
Here.
Franchakis.
Here.
Lang.
Here.
Ruffalo.
Here.
Trentafilos.
Here.
Williams.
Here. Mr. Keeley, would you please lead the audience in the pledge?
Gladly. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the special, closed, and regular session meetings of April 26, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Serge, second by Chris. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Bollig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentafilos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes, motion approved. Is there a motion to approve the accounts payable for the month of May 2023 as follows? Education Fund, $933,255.05. Operations and Maintenance, $386,899.09. Debt Fund, 0. Transportation, $318,988.87. Capital Projects, $398,379.54. Working cash, 0. Student activity, $32,114.37 for a total of $2,069,636.92. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Serge, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentafilos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bollig.
Yes.
Motion approved. Is there a motion to approve the payroll for the month of April 2023 as follows? Education Fund, $3,557,818.82. Building Fund, $46,940.98. Transportation, $7,836.18. IRMF Social Security, $82,170.29 for a total of $3,694,766.27. Need a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jeremiah, second by Chris. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentafilos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bollig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Motion approved. At this point, I have not received any blue cards this evening. At this point, we're down to the presentation section of our agenda. Dean Constantopoulos will share some information about the Great Shakes program that we had going on for several months.
Thank you very much. Hey everyone, my name is Dean Constantopoulos. I'm the Director of Communications here at Addison District 4. Really quick, this year, over the course of the year, we put on a competition. It's a soft skills competition called the Addison Great Shake. Essentially, it's a competition for our students to excel at things outside of academics, like soft skills such as shaking hands, eye contact, good bedside manner, that sort of thing. To make a long story short, we had over 80 students apply at the beginning of the year to be a part of this competition. And it came down to a final 3 just a few weeks ago. And I'm proud to announce that we've announced the winner for our first annual Addison Great Shake. Thank you very much. The first winner of our annual Great Shake is Gigi Harizanova. If you could come join me. So we would like Gigi to just say a few words, but before we do that, if you could hold this real quick.
All right, no problem.
We got you a little gift on behalf of the Board of Education and Addison School District 4. This is for you, but go ahead and say your piece first,
All right.
and then I'll hold on to it.
If any students are going to be at Indian Trail Junior High next year, and if you want to improve your soft skills, then the Great Shake would be the best opportunity for you to improve them. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Congratulations.
I would like to welcome all the parents, students, principals, and student council sponsors this evening. Student Council Recognition Evening is one of the highlights for the school board. We're able to, once a year, we have our meetings here in this beautiful venue, and we honor the students who are going to be the new leaders and going to help pay for our retirements. So at this point, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Mr. Keeley, and Dr. Losi and I will come down to give out the awards.
First up, we're going to call our friends from Lincoln Elementary School. Will the Bulldogs please approach the dais?
Let's go, friends.
Good evening, board members and families. My name is Lauren Gragnani, and I am proud to present Lincoln School Student Council members to you. Mrs. Savalio and I have had the pleasure of working with this wonderful group of students this year who have become like a little family to both of us. Every Wednesday lunch meeting has been an incredible meeting of working hard, selling student council items, reminiscing on the school year events we ran, and discussing all the future plans we have. This group of students have shown their love and passion for our school with every event we shared, and their enthusiasm is truly contagious. Thank you, students, for a wonderful year and your dedication to our school. We will miss you, fifth graders, as you pursue your education at Indian Trail. We wish you all the best of luck.
Hello, my name is Ayamantis Acevedo, and I am the president of Lincoln Student Council. I was the vice president last year, and I was so excited when I found out I was president this year. I love being on this team. This year, we sold super cool items in our student council store. Each Wednesday, every sale was a hit, and the students really do love all the squishies that were sold. We loved seeing all of the students at our store each week. We also sold candygrams during Valentine's Day and roses for Mother's Day, which were both a huge success. Our school loves a reason to dress up. Therefore, we have created so many fun spirit weeks. One was for Red Ribbon Week, and another was for National Kindness Week. We love seeing our students participate in school-wide activities, which are featured in our school yearbook. At Christmas time, we purchased gifts for 2 children from the Addison Township, helping others bring our team joy, especially around the holidays. During Teacher Appreciation Week, we bought Chick-fil-A breakfast for our teachers and gave each teacher a lottery ticket to let them know how lucky we are to have them. Our teachers deserve the world, and this was just one way we could share our appreciation for all of the hard work this school year. We created a ABC celebration calendar and sponsored 2 incredible assemblies. We had the Ned Show come to our school, and we also had Matt Wilhelm at our school. He won the world record for one of his tricks and was even featured on America's Got Talent for his incredible BMX skills. The lessons during these assemblies taught us to never give up and to be kind to others. We just left our Lincoln's Got Talent show, which was incredible. Our school is full of talent, and this team and I are so proud to be part of such a wonderful and talented school. Thank you.
Next up, we'd like to welcome the Black Bears from Ardmore Elementary School.
Hello, my name is Paula Marino, and this is Peggy Henricks. And this year we sponsored Ardmore Student Council. We are very proud of all of these awesome, amazing fifth graders, and we are so excited for them to go on and continue the student council effort that they performed this year for the junior high. Fingers crossed. So next up is Zoe Luna. She's our school president.
Hi, my name is Zoe Luna, and I'm Ardmore Student Council President. My team consisted of 2 vice presidents, Joe Heine and Leilani Clay. Our secretary is Jocelyn Nieves, and our treasurer is Maria Hernandez. And this year we created a new position, a photographer role, and that is Vivi Westby. This year we had a pumpkin decorating contest, and each class decorated a pumpkin with a Disney theme. The winning pumpkin was Jack Skeleton, made by Miss Posen's 5th grade class. They won a Target gift card and ice cream party. We sold ornament kits and candygrams in December. It was fun delivering the candygrams to all of our Black Bears. In March, we sold Lucky Ducks and friendship bracelets. For the 100th day of school, we bought every student a pair of sunglasses to wear for our 100th day of Brightness Parade. In celebration of Read Across America, we partnered with ELC Preschool and read to their students and gave everyone a rubber ducky wearing a hat like the Cat in the Hat. It was fun going to read to the preschool students. In addition, we paid for author John Bray to come to our school and talk about his life as an author. We also helped pay for the team of BMX bike riders who did cool tricks to entertain our school for the end of the year. Another cool event we sponsored was our annual color run. Families came to run a mile while getting color powder and slime thrown at them. We are currently collecting socks for Miss Velez's service project to give to the Oglala Lakota tribe in South Dakota. Another responsibility as officers was to help record segments for our daily morning announcements videos and take birthday photos for our students and staff. It was a fun-filled year, and we were sad to say goodbye, but all of us can't wait to go to Indian Trail.
We have to take our picture too, so. Yeah. Well, I can leave it here if I'm on one leg and holding somebody, so I can get off of it. Are you gonna be okay? Yes. Are you sure? Do you want me to hold you?
Ms. Henricks knows how to make an exit. Next up, we have the Busy Little Beavers from Army Trail.
Good evening. My name is Allison Clark and Carrie Satarski. We're the Army Trail Student Council sponsors. We're really excited to share with you everything that Army Trail Student Council did this year.
Good evening. My name is Camila Barham. I'm the Army Trail Student Council President. Derek Vidal is our Vice President. Isabella Vidal is our Treasurer, and Laura Gorecki is our Secretary. In September, we held elections and figured out classroom assignments. Each Student Council member was assigned a different class to report back after our meetings. We organized many school spirit weeks throughout the year to raise school spirit in fun ways and raise awarenesses of health and environmental concerns. In October, we wore pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and had Hispanic Heritage Week. A student's favorite was Space Science Day in honor of Elena Ochoa. In November, we wore blue for Diabetes Awareness Month. And for our Thanksgiving activity, we had turkey bulletin board with feathers of thanks and appreciations for all the things about Army Trail. In December, we made candygrams. We sent candy canes and positive, kind notes to classmates. We sold Smencils in January, always a big success. In February, we made Valentines with positive messages and hung them around the school, and did decorations for our school dance, which was an art class. In March, backed by popular demand, we sold more Smencils. In April, we celebrated Earth Day to encourage community involvement and participation in Earth Day activities. We entered every student that helped take care of community and planet into a raffle for a chance to win a token bag made by a company that collects and recycles old billboards from across the U.S. to keep the plastic from ending up in our oceans. A great reminder and ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We made and hung positive posters and messages around the school testing week to encourage and remind students to always try their best. We're very excited to start our ABC countdown to the end of the year. In May, we had 2 raffles, one for Mother's Day and one for Teachers Appreciation Week. And we provided healthy snacks to teachers for all their hard work throughout the year. We also had our pizza party celebration and provided snacks for the patrollers at the end of the year. At our final meeting, we talked about ideas for assemblies for the next year, different types of fundraisings we can start doing. We had a great year in Student Council. I would like to thank Ms. Clark and Ms. Zatarski. Without them, we could have not accomplished it. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening.
Next up, we have the Wildcats from Wesley.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kelly Baumgartner, and I am the speech therapist at Wesley. I am one of the sponsors of Student Council this year, along with Sylvia Kinkarzik, Arceli Perez, and Eileen Loriano. Our Student Council worked hard to lift spirits at Wesley and give back to our community. I am extremely proud of all they have accomplished. Our 4 officers worked together to make Wesley the best it could be. They were excellent role models for their peers and were leaders throughout the school year. Our president will now introduce our officers and talk a little bit more about the great things we did this year at Wesley.
Hello, my name is Nina Ungaro, and I am Student Council President. Our vice president is Stefania Pizzoferrato. Our treasurer is Cece Fisher, and our secretary is Lane O'Donnell. As my term comes to an end, I would like to share some exciting things that Wesley Student Council did this year. Throughout the year, every Thursday during lunch and recess, the officers and I ran our school store, the Pop Pantry, to raise money for Wesley. In addition to candygrams, candy cane sales, Valentine's Day, and our holiday shop and other sales. We also took the initiative to make and sell bracelets as an additional way to raise money. We were able to use the money raised to fund 2 services projects, including the sponsorship of 2 families with gifts during the holiday season and the Turkey and Syria earthquake UNICEF fundraiser. Our student council also had 2 additional service projects. Throughout November and May, we ran a food and hygiene product drive for the Addison food pantry. Also in February, we made Valentine's Day cards to cheer up children in the hospital through the Lesia Foundation. Lastly, to lift spirits at Wesley, we held several theme days, including Popcorn Day, Super Bowl Day, and Lazy Monday throughout the month of April. We also put together a countdown to spring break week. In May, we made positive, encouraging signs to display throughout the school for the Girls on the Run Club. Finally, we sponsored lunch for teachers during Teacher Appreciation Week. As the draws to close, we are preparing to pass the torch to the new officers for the 2023-2024 school year. We held our election and new officers had been announced. We'd like to thank everybody for their continuous support of Student Council and our activities. A special thank you to Ms. Ahart for all of her support and encouragement, our sponsors, and all the class Student Council representatives. It takes an entire school to make Student Council such a success. Thank you.
Next up, we have the Fullerton Lions.
I'm Mary Piscopo, the Fullerton sponsor, and I would like to pass it over to Caden.
Teachers, students, families, and esteemed members of the board. My name is Kane Savoy, and I am a student council co-president of Fullerton Elementary School. With me is Marcel, the other co-president, and Manny, our treasurer. We had a lot of fun being student council officers. We did many things this year. Here are some of our highlights. We had different contests throughout the year, and classrooms could win the traveling trophy. We held a food drive between Thanksgiving and Christmas to help our Addison food pantry. And the class that collected the most items won the traveling trophy. We also had a couple door decorating contests, and the winners got the traveling trophy. This This year we decided to do something different. We had a candy cane gram sale in December, and we sold slap bracelets for Valentine's Day. I really like passing these all out to the classes. Each month we came up with themed Spirit Week to help promote school spirit. Our favorite week was the Decades Days, where each day was a different decade. The class with the most participation for the week won the traveling trophy. We also awarded some staff members and students for the most participating and having the most realistic costumes. Our favorite thing to do as officers was to run the school store. Officers would help pick items that we would sell, and we sold a lot of items. We sold different squishies, scented erasers, pencils, Smickers, scented gel crayons, and so much more. As officers, we also ran the store during lunchtime. I really liked running the store because it was something different. Right now we are in the middle of our ABC countdown. Tomorrow we will host our annual talent show, and this year we will also have drama club performing a play during the show. I had a great time being an officer this year.
Shout out to 2 Fullerton alumni who were on student council and are continuing on Indian Trail. Kiara and Ariana, way to go.
And then it's like you smile in the background. Yeah. Like I smile.
Next up, we're going to have our friends, the Lake Park Panthers, join us at the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Smoger. I'm the principal at Lake Park. I'd first like to thank and introduce our 2 brand new student council sponsors, Mrs. Victoria Larson and Miss Cassidy Walsh. And we are joined by 2 of our student council officers, Miss Paige Pope, who is our environmentalist, and then Miss Andrea Garcia, who is our student council president, and she will share a little bit about what we did this year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrea, and I'm the Student Council President at Lake Park Elementary School. The rest of the officers and I would like to tell you about the many different events we did at Lake Park this year. This year, we held a handful of fundraising events such as canned food drive during Thanksgiving, silly candy cane pens during the holiday season, and candygrams for Valentine's Day. We also sponsor theme days twice a month and help bring up the school days with turkey decorations contest and decorating the halls during Valentine's Day. Throughout the year, we made morning announcements announcing the school events, birthdays, and joke riddles. As the year comes to an end, we sponsor an A to C countdown to summer break. We would like to thank all of our classmates for their support, and a thank you to Mr. Smoger and our sponsor, Mrs. Larson and Mrs. Walsh, and all of our classroom representatives who helped throughout the year. Thank you.
No.
Next up, we have the Indian Trail Braves.
All
right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Kirsten Liss, and my co-sponsor, Lauren Goodwin. We both are the sponsors for Indian Trail. It's been wonderful to hear from all the different clubs and groups, and we hope to see you guys next year. Kiara is going to take things away and talk about everything at Indian Trail.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kiara Kyle Lapitan, the Student Council President of Indian Trail. Mentioning our other members, here we have our Vice President, Sakshi Shine, our Secretary, Gigi Harizanova. I'm trying my best. Pardon me. We have our Treasurer, Carly Fichet, and our Historian, Ariana Felix. So, talking about Student Council has been a way we could give back to our school, as well as a way we can improve ourselves and help others. We got to help around the school, which is a big honor and makes things possible for the students. Student Council is a way for students to implement their ideas into the school, being run by students. I feel like our school will be more accurate in terms of what the students want in our school. We did many things, including Spirit Days, partnering with the Kindness Club, Teacher Appreciation Week, Candygrams, and an all-school contest where we counted conversation hearts, and so much more. So, the best part was that everyone participated in these events. Student Council isn't just a club, but it's a family that wants to make Indian Trail community a better place. Thank you so much.
Last but certainly not least, we have the saber-toothed tigers from Stone.
Hi, I'm Megan Monreal. This is Danielle Rader, and we are the co-sponsors for Student Council at Stone School. And we are lucky to have worked with this amazing group of kids this year.
Hello, my name is Santiago Cervantes, and I'm the Secretary of Student Council. Julia Rojo is the President, and Lola Pito is the...
Hello, I am Lola Pito here on behalf of Stone Student Council. This year, the Stone Student Council did all sorts of fun things for the community, students, and teachers. Some of the things we did included a change challenge, food drive, winter clothing drive, school store, spirit days, coloring contest, candygrams, and many more fun things. One of our favorites was the change challenge. One of our students was recently diagnosed with leukemia, and we wanted to help. We had milk jugs with some of the teachers' faces on it, and whichever teacher had the most change had agreed to get pied in the face. The money we raised was donated to Comer's Children's Hospital, where our student is getting treated. Another one of our favorite things were the Spirit Days. Almost every month we had a week or a few days that we called Spirit Days. They could be something like Jersey Day, Superhero Day, Stone Spirit Wear, Athletic Day, where we dress up in athletic clothes. Our favorite Spirit Day was when we had Pajama Days on Monday. The final thing I will talk about is the Stone School store, which every student looked forward to on Wednesdays. Students were able to bring lunch money and buy different school supplies during lunch. We would sell smelly pencils, erasers, stickers, and etc. We used that money to get things for the students throughout the year. All in all, the Student Council had so much fun planning the events and Spirit Days. Thank you for listening.
It's always exciting to see all the efforts that the students have put forward, raising money and impacting lives not only of their fellow students, but throughout the country, actually, and donating to hospitals and things like that. They're impacting lives at this young age, and hopefully they will continue in those types of efforts throughout their lives. And at this point, I'm sure the students would just love to stay and listen to this exciting meeting. But we're going to take a brief break and allow the parents and the students to get out of here. But the students, you got to go home and do homework, okay? So we're going to take a brief recess right now.
Goodbye, Mr. Wortman.
Okay, we would like to get the meeting going again here.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
No, I do, yeah. Okay, we're down to committee reports on our agenda. On April 28th, there was a Lynn meeting. Dr. Sutton, Mr. Keeley, and myself attended an in-person Lynn meeting, finally. But it was basically a yearly meeting we have, and mostly a business meeting. We discuss budgets. Our Lynn dues are going to be up 5%. We also discussed the financial report, which Mr. Keeley presented, and then we talked about the changes on their executive board, and there are some changes, and we're going to have to fill the spot that Mr. Keeley is leaving, which is, we'll have to get another business person to do that. Tim, thank you for your time on Lynn. Then, as far as legislative report, there really wasn't a lot to report. The one item was about all-day kindergarten, that Springfield seems to be on the road to pass that. We already have all-day kindergarten, so it's not going to affect us at all. I just feel sorry for school districts that are going to have to implement all-day kindergarten if they don't have the space, the staff, and the funding to do it. So, Mr. Keeley, did you have anything else to add from the Lynn meeting?
No, it was refreshing to meet Dr. Sanders, the new state superintendent. He was there. What a gregarious, energetic man. Told a really cool story about having trouble learning to read as a kid, and really kind of helped us refocus ourselves on what we're doing. We talk a lot about legislation, but it really is about the students. A really cool thing that he and his staff are doing is they're having the ISB staff come into school districts this year to shadow school district employees, and I think that's great value. I think Ms. Cartman here can attest. She deals with ISB on a daily basis, almost with grants. I think that's going to be a huge benefit for us to understand their perspective, and for those folks to come and see how school districts run.
Thank you, Mr. Keeley. Our next committee report is from Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting of May 2nd. Mr. Ruffalo.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I'll make it brief. It's one of those meetings where time is an essence, but some of the discussion we had at the last Buildings and Grounds meeting were with the potential of a lot of staff being added, especially tonight, we got to find a place to put people. So with that being said, we did do a tour of the our administrative offices and kind of get an idea of who's where and what potentially could happen if we move bodies around and created new spaces. With that being said, we're looking to do a little maneuver, moving the technology department down into another area of that facility, actually in the Indian Trail, and moving some of the existing walls and spaces in the administrative offices to make room for some of these very important people. Of course, we're a little concerned about disruption, especially with our technology department. Summertime is when they get a lot done, but we were assured that if we do these moves, that they will be able to maneuver through them. And then we did discuss the fact that this would be a fast track kind of situation, but Mr. Aronki and the folks at Leggett did assure us that they think they have this thing kind of figured out, and we could get it done. Some of the other discussions that we've had include Stone School and the work that we're going to be doing there, the 2023 capital improvement projects. The HVAC units are currently sitting in the parking lot next to the school, so that's a great site, unless you need to park at Stone School, which then it's not a great site because parking is never good there, but only because we know how important it was to get those units in possession before the summer work starts.
It's going to be a lot of work over there. We're prepping for a number of additions. We're going to obviously be changing out the HVAC units on the rooftop, and then of course we'll call it phase 1 of the Innovation Center over at Stone. So it's exciting. And then finally, I will just talk about the maintenance department. It's summertime, it's heating up, which means construction and all the cleanup and different projects is heating up also for our maintenance department. So they're going to be very busy this summer. And I'm sure Mr. Keeley can add during his report coming up. Anything else?
Any questions from the board on B&G? Okay, thank you. Last committee report, we had a budget meeting this evening prior to this meeting, and the budget committee was in attendance along with Mr. Keeley, obviously. The only real changes that are on the budget compared to the March meeting was there's some increases in insurances. Our dental insurance increased a bit. Workman's compensation is up. And then our liability and school board legal is up. And then the other major item of increase is something that Mr. Ruffalo just touched on. It's the additional renovations of the extra offices at district office. And that is about it. Does the committee have anything they want to add, or Mr. Keeley? Okay, thank you. We're down to administrative reports. Dr. Losi is going to present the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. On behalf of Dr. Sutton, I would like to share that we are adding 2 assistant directors of student services. So tonight, Director of Student Services Janet Diaz and a Director of Biliteracy Yamilet Sosa will be recommending some new staff to their departments. We are very excited to have them join our team. We also have an incoming assistant principal. Francie Kapp is recommending a new assistant principal for Indian Trail Junior High. We are also recommending some new positions that will support efforts in curriculum as well as technology and data. We are very excited for the additional support, and we are very confident that the board will see positive outcomes as a result of these positions. We'd also like to thank Arbor Management, the Village, Don Weiss for video production, and our 3 outstanding finalists in the Great Shake. They represented our junior high and our community so well. It was hard to choose one winner, Gigi, who you met tonight, but we are very proud of all of our students and all of the participation, administrators, community members who participated in that event. Dr. Sutton hosted his community coffee chat on Friday, May 19th. We had 5 individuals attend, 4 current parents and 1 incoming parent, actually. We're thrilled with the community's interest and hope more parents will attend in the future. We had our summer kickoff celebration. Huge thanks to Carrie Cartman and the Addison School District 4 Family Liaisons for hosting the kickoff celebration on May 12th at Indian Trail. We served 89 Addison families. We had 532 people attend, and this event did provide access to clothing, books, games, ice cream, and fun to our families. Huge thanks to all of our employees and community partners who donated clothing. We had 178 bags donated to support our families. So well done, Addison. Congratulations to Jennifer Nava, our former Army Trail and Indian Trail student who won the annual Brooke Marshall Scholarship. If you were not aware, Brooke was a first grade teacher at Army Trail who lost her battle with cancer in May of 2009. She valued college education and recognized that some students may not have the opportunity to attend, and so the family did establish this annual scholarship. Very big thanks to the Marshall family for their generosity. Tom Marshall and his sons awarded Jennifer with $5,000 and a new laptop computer to help her succeed in college. Big thanks to all of our students and families tonight for our student council presentations. It's wonderful to see all these future leaders. And we had 2 FOIA requests this month, and Dr. Losi responded in a timely manner. Well done. Thank you.
Any questions for Dr. Losi? Okay, thank you. We're down to our report from the Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Keeley.
Mr. Keeley will give the report. First, we're going to talk a little about the employee benefits. Thank you to our staff. We had 100% participation. I want to thank Jen Bonema, our Director of Business Employee Services, who probably made darn near 100 phone calls to staff. It came down to the wire, but everyone got registered and enrolled in benefits that wanted benefits. So another successful but stressful year. The fiscal 24 budget, as Mr. Williams indicated earlier, we met with the Budget Committee earlier. That's the second step in the three-step process. I'll be back representing the Budget Committee at the June meeting with our tentative fiscal year 24 budget. Just a quick little note about the fund transfer. We'll talk about that later, but we will be presenting a fund transfer to transfer funds from the operating and maintenance fund to fund future capital projects. And then I have a construction update, but I will not bore the crowd. Mr. Rufo did a great job talking about that, and I shared some photos in there of said mechanical equipment landing at Stone School. Kudos to Mr. Aranki, our friends from ICI and Leggett for getting on those vendors. Weekly updates from the factory, and they showed up early in spite of the initial calls for 95-week lead time. So again, kudos to our team for staying ahead of it and solving the puzzle of supply chain issues. That's all I have.
Any questions for Mr. Keeley? Okay, thank you. Our next report is from our Teaching and Learning Department, Dr. Polson.
Good evening. Thank you. Just a few updates as we're rounding out the school year. It's time for wrapping up our school improvement plans for all buildings. They all had a school improvement plan. Everybody focused on a collective efficacy goal. A lot of people focused on the instructional practice of questioning, and others targeted rigor and feedback. I'm excited to report out that all of our schools met their goal or superseded their goal in that area, as well as our elementary buildings targeted RI1, which is a literacy goal for informational text, rather, and we're moving towards our target on that one. For Indian Trail Junior High, they focused on engagement of students, and they surpassed their goal as well, which is about how are our students engaging at what level inside the classroom. They wanted to increase the engagement of students by 10 to 15%, and they surpassed their goal as well, so super exciting. In regards to MAP data, as we ran it out at the spring, if you recall, our students take that 3 times a year. Kind of some big overview data is if you look at all of our grades and classes across the district, about 50% of our students and classes from K through 8 were improving for math, or excuse me, for reading. And when you look at cohort data, so if, for example, a third grade class was in third grade last year and they're now in fourth grade, we're looking at about 32% of our cohort data is making, they're closing the gap on our achievement. For our kindergarten, so they also take MAP, and they demonstrated some awesome growth this year, along with our other grade levels, but celebrating 3 buildings as they were at 85 percentile or higher to finish out the year, which is outstanding. So there's additional documents that kind of allow you to dig in on the report if you're looking at further data for individual schools. 2 book studies to talk about PD over the summer we're offering, and the 2 books are Teaching and Reading in Spanish. The other book is Moving Beyond for Multilingual Learners, and I'm excited to report, if you haven't signed up yet, we actually have both authors joining us during a book talk, so they'll be joining us throughout the summer. From the multilingual program department, 2 small updates. Most of our dual language and EL resource teachers are signed up for Viva Biliteracy, which is we are contracting with the Center for Teaching for Biliteracy to customize PD specifically for our district to support instruction in our students. In addition, another assessment that our students that are English learners take is access testing to measure their fluency in English, and I am excited to also report some gains in that area, and that is 82 of our students, as designated by ISB, your favorite space, Ms. Cartman, designated by ISB, have progressed, and now we will just monitor them, which is 82 students, and 48 of them are out of the dual language program. So super excited that they are gaining proficiency in their skills. Two small other updates, curriculum adoptions. If you recall, last month, Dr. Purse talked to you about the health pilots that were going on for our health curriculum. We assumed that we would come to you talking about what we would adopt, but we're going to continue to explore better resources for our students in the health curriculum area. Another area is social science. However, for social science area, we will be moving forward for 4th and 5th. We've already used Studies Weekly, and we will continue to move that down to kindergarten, so using it 5 through 8 for social sciences for all of our students. For two reasons it's exciting, because one is there's newly released standards for social sciences, and we found that this resource directly connects to the new social science standards, as well as we have shifted our language allocation for our dual language programming for next year, and which is in alignment with research, and this resource will also support that endeavor as well. And maybe most importantly right now is mark your calendars. As a reminder, the kindergarten kindergarten carnival is Friday, June 2nd, starting at 3, and it's for all families. But most importantly, we want to get all of our incoming kindergartners ready to rock and roll for August. So if you haven't registered yet, we encourage you to come out. We have quite a party going on, right, Mr. Smoger? We have touch-a-truck, face painting, food trucks, free backpacks for our kindergartners. They'll be signing, maybe Mr. Keeley could demo for us, they'll be signing their kindergarten contract with the one and only signature pencil and Dr. Losi. So please join us again at IT on June 2nd, starting at 3 o'clock. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Dr. Polson?
I had one, and I'll just acknowledge this is a very specific question, so if this is something we need to come back to later, that's fine. And when I'm looking at the improvement plan results, like Stone, for example, we see the data by grade level. There's such dramatically different results across the grade levels, and I don't know if you all have looked at that already and have immediate kind of thoughts about what that might be. It's just, it stood out to me as something that was noticeable.
If I can chime in, a very great observation, and we've been actually looking at that throughout the year, not only using map data from trends from multiple years, but also our IAR data. And a big thing that teachers have noticed, as well as multiple stakeholders across the district, it's really some alignment with curriculum that we are lacking right now, and we know it's an area that we need to get stronger in.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much. We're down to action items. Dr. Losi.
All right, approval of personnel report. Included in your packet is the personnel report as follows. In the area of licensed staff resignation, Juliana Bartello, Sarah Reese, Jennifer Zanaid, Ivan Zelka. In the area of licensed personnel employment, Bertha Berzuela, Nicole Ciccione, Jacqueline Medrano, Carla Mendieta, Olga Padilla-Brown, and Yasmin Ruiz. In the area of ESP staff release, Widad Aish, Patricia Kelly. In the area of ESP staff employment, Cecilia Benitez, Fernando Padua, Rosalinda Perez. And in the area of ESP staff resignation, Rosalinda Perez. I do respectfully request that this personnel be approved as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the personnel report as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jeremiah, second by Serge. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Triantaflos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bollig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Our next item is approval of new administrator employment contracts. I am excited to highlight, we conducted a very thorough search for candidates. I'm hoping you guys will stand up when I talk about each of you. I'm just going to highlight each of our candidates. For Assistant Director of Student Support Services, Mrs. Jeanette Barrett, who has been described by her team members as extremely hardworking with a strong moral compass, always places student needs first, very knowledgeable in the area of special education, but most importantly, dedicated to the students and families of Addison. For Assistant Director of Student Support Services, Mrs. Amanda Guida. who is a strong advocate for students, looks at situations from all angles, comes up with the best plan possible, is innovative and helps implement those ideas into the classroom. For the Assistant Director of Biliteracy, Bianca Magana, who has been described as supportive, collaborative, leads by example, and is highly skilled in the areas of curriculum development, professional development, and dual language and biliteracy instruction. And for Assistant Principal of Indian Trail Junior High, Mr. John Nickus, who I can tell you one of his strongest traits, as recognized by our interviewing team, was his very calm demeanor. He had a very student-centered focus, and he is actually very well versed in curriculum development and school improvement planning. I do respectfully request that the board approve all of these employment contracts as presented this evening.
Is there a motion to approve the new administrator employment contracts as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Serge, second by Zach. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Trentopoulos?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Pollak?
Yes.
Castillo?
Yes.
Franchakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Motion approved and welcome.
Welcome. Congratulations, everybody.
And Amanda, I didn't hold negotiations against you, obviously.
Well, that's because it went so well. Congratulations, everybody, and welcome. We look forward to working with you. Our next item is approval of the data management specialist job. So our innovation and information department has reported inaccurate data keeping related to assessments, as well as in our student information system. In addition, a recent independent technology audit did report that our technology department is understaffed, and as a result, we are recommending the addition of a data specialist. I respectfully recommend that the board authorize the administration to approve the data management specialist job description. Sorry.
And when we get into these, just so you know, our attorneys told us we had been doing things incorrectly here, that we have to post the job description, then we have to vote on posting the actual position. So that's what we have to go through. Is there a motion to approve the data management specialist job description as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah.
Second.
Second by Zach. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Trentopoulos?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Pollak?
Yes.
Castillo?
Yes.
Franchakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Now I will ask that the board authorize the administration to post the position of a technology data specialist as an ESP IMRF position.
Is there a motion to authorize the posting of the data management specialist as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah, or
Second.
second by Chris. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Williams?
Yes.
Pollak?
Yes.
Castillo?
Yes.
Franchakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Trentopoulos?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Bear with us for one more repetitive. Our teaching and learning department has determined that we do need to create curriculum alignment district-wide, and so we are asking the board to approve a curriculum coordinator job description. I do respectfully recommend that the board do approve that job description.
Is there a motion to approve the curriculum coordinator job description as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah.
Second.
Second by Zach. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Pollak?
Yes.
Castillo?
Yes.
Franchakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Trentopoulos?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes, motion approved.
And now I respectfully recommend that the board authorize the administration to post the position of 2 curriculum coordinator positions aligned to the accompanied job description.
Is there a motion to authorize the posting for 2 curriculum
So moved.
coordinators? Motion by Serge,
Second.
second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Castillo?
Yes.
Franchakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Trentopoulos?
Yes.
Williams?
Yes.
Pollak?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Thank you. Approval of regular education transportation contract extension, Mr. Keeley.
Thank you very much, Dr. Losi. So before you this evening, we have an extension to our regular transportation contract for regular education transportation with First Student. As we have seen in past years, the initial request was sky high, and we chiseled them down nicely on behalf of the board to a reasonable number. In all seriousness, though, we have seen significant increases in wages for bus drivers. For good reason. Those are difficult jobs, difficult to fill as well. As we do each year when we go through this exercise, not only do we verify that the amount that the contractor's asking for is justified, but also that the increase is also in relation to the increase to driver wages. So we do have that. It's a 9.5% increase into next school year. We checked our rates versus our neighboring district regular ed rates. We continue to be below the average for them on a per route basis. Therefore, I do respectfully recommend the board approve a one-year contract extension with First Student as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the regular education transportation contract extension as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Surge, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Triantaflos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item is approval of 2023 district office and technology renovations. Mr. Keeley.
Thank you, Dr. Losi. So, as discussed earlier this evening by Mr. Ruffalo in his Buildings and Grounds Committee update, we did, and as those at home watching, we did just approve some new administrators. We're very excited for that. Now we need to find a place for them to do their great work. I was told that we're not allowed to do any office space sharing, so we do have to create some new spaces. Mr. Ranke's been working on that, working with our team in the district office, and we found some creative solutions. He was able to put out some bids for the various trades. We have a total of 6 trades, and that is in the summary document there. I do respectfully recommend that the board approve the 6 trade packages. Trade bid package 1 for demolition and masonry to Brixman Group. Bid package 2 for carpentry to Parkway Forming, Inc. Package 3 for acoustical ceilings to Just Right Acoustics. Bid package 4 for flooring to Consolidated Flooring. Bid package 5 for electrical to Airport Electric Company. And bid package number 6 to Automatic Mechanical as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the 2023 district office and technology renovations as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah, second by Zach. Questions or discussion?
Tim, question. So will pretty much everybody be staying in the same footprint that's currently, or?
Not true. No, our technology staff will be moving to the lower level. There's a space that's currently a storage room that's being used there. It is of similar square footage of the current space that technology is working out of. And then that space that is currently technology will be reallocated for 2 of our assistant directors of special ed. My office will be moving towards a little bit further, let's see, that is south, and the business office will all be in the same space, so all the members of that office. So a little bit of reshuffling. Ms. Sosa and her new assistant director will be moving into the space that was formerly occupied by myself and Mr. Konstantopoulos. So essentially what we have curriculum and instruction all in that front area of the office. We have special ed student services in the back of the office, and then kind of in the middle is all the business services staff. So great question, and this is really a unique opportunity for us to realign geographically.
Thanks.
Additional questions? Roll call, please.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Triantaflos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item is approval of teacher laptop RFP. Dr. Polson.
Thank you, Dr. Losi. So we are due for our 4-year refresh for our licensed staff. The last time it took place was in 2019. With the support of Mr. Kuko, our IT manager, and Mr. Keeley, we collaborated, got feedback from staff throughout the district on what bells and whistles they would like, that they needed for supporting instruction in the classroom, and what things weren't currently being used that they had on their current laptops. In addition, we took that information and we trialed 3 different types of laptops with our staff in the field and got additional feedback from those 3 trials. Using all that information from our stakeholders in the field, we landed on a model with the guidance of Mr. Kuko, and then we put it out for bid. And as you can see, we have 4 quotes for you, and we are recommending the lowest quote from Mobile Tech. So we respectfully recommend that the Board of Education award the contract to Noble Tech.
Is there a motion to approve the teacher laptop RFP as presented?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Zach, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion?
I got a question. I've never heard of Noble Tech, but I'm not a techie, so CDW has been kind of our go-to people for a while, correct?
We've been dealing with Noble Tech for probably about 1.5 years, 2 years now, and they've been actually undercutting CDW at times.
Oh, I'm happy with that. As long as you know them, Mike, I'm fine with that. Well, thank you.
So question for you, Mike, is there a reason why we're, as my understanding, currently they have Lenovo devices, was the Dell just offered a better model, or?
We had the Dell and the Lenovo, and there was a Microsoft Surface that we put out to the teachers. They liked the Lenovo the best, the Microsoft Surface they liked second best, and the Dell they liked the least. The Dell didn't have some of the features that the Lenovo did, and they really liked those other features as far as like the little red touchpad for the mouse, and the Dell didn't have something like that.
Okay, so we're still sticking with the same brand, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind, okay. Does the model we're getting, does it have like a stylus for at all capability?
It has a touch screen, and then we can add a stylus, a separate stylus. Like, it's my understanding that the math teachers are basically the ones that use the stylus the most. And we've tried out the stylus, the add-on stylus, and they seem to be working fine.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question for Mike. What's Noble Tech's plan to sanitize, destroy, erase the data from the hard drives once they buy them back?
They have third-party people that they work with, and they're the ones that are going to be whatever program that they use to wipe the hard drives.
Can we get a little bit more specific around that?
I can get some more information if you'd like.
Please.
Will do.
Thank you.
Any additional questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Triantaflos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Bollig.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is approval of 23-24 food service meal prices. Mr. Keeley.
Thank you, Dr. Losi. So this is the first time in recent memory that we have uncoupled the food service prices from the student fees approval that happens earlier in the spring. Ms. Grabowski, who handles the National School Lunch Program on behalf of the district, has performed some analysis of our program in an effort to make sure that we're covering our costs. We can recall, similar to the first student contract we just provided, that the last contract extension with Arbor came with a significant increase. The cost of food is going up, the cost of everything is going up. And so we felt it prudent to go ahead and look at this and see, how the business was doing with these new prices. We've shared with you here the cost over time. We've shown you the meal price and the price that Arbor's been charging us, the contractor, and you'll see that the cost of the meals from the contractor, rightfully so, has gone up about 50% since 15-16, and during that time, our meal charge charge to the customers has only gone up 3.5%. So there's a disparity there. Our recommendation is to increase the meal prices next year, a nickel for breakfast from $1.30 to $1.35, and then 10 cents for lunches, which goes from $2.85 to $2.95. I want to be clear, this does not impact the cost for our free or reduced students. This is for full price, full pay students only. I do respectfully request the 5 cent per breakfast, 10 cent per lunch, which is 3.7% breakfast, 3.4% lunch increase as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the 2023-24 food service meal price increases as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sir, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion?
I have a question. Is there any way, since we're going to be charging more, to do some kind of feedback from either the students, staff, and parents? See how it's going, since we're going to have to bid for this next year again?
Mr. Castillo, you're stealing my thunder. Later in the discussion, we do have the food surveys that Ms. Grabowski executed, so that was a good setup. Thank you. But yes, point taken. And as we discussed before when we renewed the Arbor contract, this is the last year we're going to renew with them before we go out to a competitive RFP. And part of that process, we've talked with Ms. Grabowski, and I believe we have a couple committee members in the crowd, Mr. Smoger and Ms. Doman was here. They have offered their services to be part of a new food service committee next year to kind of look at that. And the idea is that we're going to be looking at other school districts and what they serve. So when we put the RFP out, we're saying this is what we want our plate to look like. We know currently, you know, as you see, we haven't really increased the cost of the meals, and so we haven't been able to increase some of the options. So that's going to be part of that strategy in the next year, and that way every vendor can come in on a level playing field. So, you know, obviously the goal is to serve the best meal possible, and so that's certainly something we're looking for next year.
Perfect, thank you.
Tim, were they locked in a 10-year contract? That's why they couldn't improve or increase their costs and improve the quality of the meals? Is that what happened?
No, so the way the National School Lunch Program works is you bid it out, it's low bid, and you essentially determine what that plate looks like, what the menu looks like, and you know, without being outrageous, obviously a very wealthy school district could have filet on their menu, right? You're going to pay for it. And so, you know, essentially it's got to meet the components in that school lunch program, and it has to be affordable for families and students. And over the course of, you know, you caught me on the spot, maybe the last 6 years, we've been with Arbor off the original contract, and the pandemic has caused us to roll it a few times. But typically, you don't go beyond 5 years with these contracts, and then you go back out to the market. And again, when we put the RFP out, that's our opportunity to say, you know what, we're looking to diversify our meals. We're looking to answer to what we'll see later during the discussion, or what you've already read in the surveys, which is, you know, students are looking for different kinds of meals. You know, our students look different than they did 20 years ago, and our meals really should as well.
Thank you.
Additional questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Triantaflos?
No.
Williams?
Yes.
Bollig?
Yes.
Castillo?
No.
Frangakis?
Yes.
Lang?
Yes.
Ruffalo?
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next is approval of appointment of school treasurer and renewal of treasurer's bond, also Mr. Keeley.
Thank you very much. So as alluded earlier, I am departing the district on June 30th. Kind of a bittersweet moment for me personally and professionally. We are fortunate that Dr. Sutton's got his CSBO, so we are going to utilize that to our advantage here and not pay for 2 treasurer's bonds next year. So we've had discussion internally, and we're going to be recommending that Dr. Sutton be named the treasurer of the school district next year, so that we have that seamless transition, and then the chief school business official in the following year will be named treasurer. This is to meet county standards, and I've already reached out to our surety, and Dr. Sutton has filled out the necessary paperwork and given blood samples, et cetera, so that he can be the next treasurer. So that is in progress, and I do respectfully recommend the board approve Dr. Nick Sutton as treasurer and provide authorization for execution of the annual treasurer's bond as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the appointment of the school treasurer and renewal of the treasurer's bond as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Surd, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion? A roll call, please.
Williams.
Yes.
Follick.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentalos.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item is approval of resolution to transfer funds from the Operations and Maintenance Fund to the Capital Projects Fund. Mr. Keeley.
Thank you, Dr. Losi. I promise this is the last one. This is very important, as I mentioned earlier this evening. Each year, at the close of the fiscal year, we identify funds available in our operating funds, and we transfer the necessary amount to sustain our ongoing capital improvement projects. You do have in front of you a resolution to transfer $7 million from Fund 20, that's our operation and maintenance, to Fund 60, our capital projects fund. I do respectfully request that the Board of Education approve this transfer as requested.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution to transfer funds from the Operations and Maintenance Fund to the Capital Projects Fund as presented?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Chris, second by Jeremiah. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Follick.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentalos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes. Motion approved.
Our next item is an approval of a donation with a value of $2,500 or more. Huge thanks to Costco in Bloomingdale for a generous donation of nearly 400 backpacks to Fullerton School. They used Fullerton this year to roll out an employee-led reading program and activity with some second grade students in January through April. And as a thank you, they donated those backpacks. I do respectfully recommend that this donation be approved as presented this evening.
Is there a motion to approve the donation with a value of more than $2,500 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jeremiah, second by Surge. Questions or discussion? Thank you, Costco.
Let's go, Sam's Club. You're next.
Roll call, please.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentalos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follick.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Next item is waiver of second reading and approval of board policy updates. The policy committee has reviewed the most recent press policy update. In your board packet, you will find a list of policies that were presented as a discussion item at last month's meeting. I am respectfully recommending that the board waive the second reading of the policy and approve the proposed policy changes for the following policy numbers: 2110, 460, 5125, 5150, 5260, 530, 5330, 590, 6135, 6230, 820, 440, 6210, and 870.
Is there a motion to waive the second reading and approve board policy updates as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah,
Second.
second by Zach. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentalos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follick.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Motion approved. Our last action item is a motion to approve the amended 2023-24 Board of Meeting calendar. The only change reflected on this is the start time of the board meetings. We're going to be starting our summer board meetings at 5 o'clock, and our normal board meetings during the school year, we're going to start at 6 o'clock as opposed to 7 o'clock if we vote on this. So I need a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Tasso,
Second.
second by Zach. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Lang.
Yes.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Trentalos.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follick.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Franchakis.
Yes.
Motion approved. We are now down to discussion items. Dr. Losi.
Our next regular Board of Education meeting will take place on Wednesday, June 28th in the Indian Trail Boardroom. Please note the change in time will be 5 o'clock p.m. Last night, we held our Indian Trail Junior High promotional exercise. It did take place at 6 and 7:30 at Addison Trail High School. Congratulations to all of our 8th graders who are moving on to high school. Our last day of classes for students in the 22-23 school year will be May 30th. I want to thank all of our staff and employees for all of their hard work this year. I think it's been a really successful year and finally made it to the end. Well done, everyone. Our 2023 and 2024 enrollment update, I just want to give a little update. We have 65% of our students registered or in process. Please ask your neighbors to make sure that they register for next school year. I believe that will be closing soon. Dr. Posen? Okay. And student lunch survey results, Mr. Keeley.
Thank you very much. I think we articulated pretty well the purpose of the survey. The information is in your packet. If any board members have questions, please call Ms. Grabowski at home.
Very late at night. The joint annual conference is coming up on November 17th through 19th. Board members, please mark your calendars. And we've had no communications to and from the board.
I have not received any blue cards on non-agenda items this evening. Is there any miscellaneous or unfinished business to bring before the board? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn the Wednesday, May 24, 2023 meeting of the Board of Education?
So moved.
Motion by Jeremiah.
Second.
Second by Chris. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Ruffalo.
Yes.
Triantafilo.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Follet.
Yes.
Castillo.
Yes.
Frangakis.
Yes.
Lang.
Yes.
Motion approved, meeting adjourned, and thank you for coming this evening.